positive and maybe it'll spread.
He's the most positive person on his job.
Now you're cured.
I feel
good. Good morning and welcome to Positively Milwaukee. The rewards are steep. That message to all parents thinking about adopting or fostering kids. It comes from a mother-daughter team working hard to support adoptive and foster parents. They formed an organization to, quote, show God's love in any way they can. Amali Bowling plays with her youngest child, Lorelei. In addition to Lorelei, Bowling and her husband are raising 4 adopted siblings.
Can you say hi?
You found out that you were having a baby, and then right after that, you adopted 4 siblings?
Yes, that is correct. When you say it, I had to take a breath. I was a little bit of an instant family. When I think back about it, I realize how crazy it is, but when I'm living it, it doesn't seem as crazy, I guess.
Bowling is vice president of Chosen. Her mother is on the board. Chosen runs a quaint shop in West Allis called the Family Closet, a place where parents of adoptive and foster kids can shop for children's clothes for free.
Does it perfectly.
So cute. Look at that.
It's so wonderful. Adorable. I love the little bow buttons.
One store is in Waukesha. The latest to open is here in West Allis. It helps families who may be financially strapped. So far, more than 1,000 children have received items from the Family Closet.
I want them to feel as though they're walking into something special. I consider anyone who walks through this store at Chosen to be part of my family because they hold a special place in my heart. And I think because of my parents and their support that they've given me, the blessings of understanding what family looks like has been tremendous in my life.
Shopping is by appointment only. Families can find stylish clothes for kids of all ages. They're gently used and often never worn. Now this looks brand new.
Yeah, so we
this
do
is
have
brand new.
We do have a lot of brand new things. I have 5 kids of my own, so a lot of times I ask their input, do you think this is cool?
This charitable company is a perfect fit for Amali, who herself is adopted. Her mom, Karen Schwinline, shares how she told her offspring they were adopted.
A lot of people have a lot of hurt and a lot of pain with being adopted, and a lot of families don't know how exactly to overcome that. And for us, it was a matter of teaching our kids that they were chosen, once by us and once by God.
In addition to kids' clothes, Chosen also offers guidance and emotional support. Amali admits she couldn't do this without help.
We have special volunteers that come and help us each week, and they are my bread and butter and my backbone, because if I didn't have my volunteers, I wouldn't be able to do it. So I'm so grateful for them.
Both mom and daughter tell me openness is an important part of the adoption process.
Don't let it be a secret. One of the things, it's part of their story, right? Being adopted or even having a hard past. It's part of their story, and allowing them to explore what that means.
Both believe the deep joy of adopting and fostering children is undeniable.
The rewards far outweigh the hurt. And to know that you've been a part of that child's journey, whether it's for a little bit or for forever, is priceless.
And through this nonprofit, mother and daughter bond, find their purpose, and stay true to their faith.
I have been blessed to have all sorts of different kinds of circumstances with fostering and adoption and in our own family, and I just want to show God's love through all of that, regardless of whether it's happy times or not so happy times. And I just feel like I've been able to be in circumstances that I would never have imagined, and I'm just very consistent in showing God's love, and that's what I think my life purpose is.
Are they bunnies? I would say my life purpose is to share God's love and allow people to feel what it's like to feel chosen, and to love big.
I like that. Love big. Now, Chosen has given away 35,000 items to 475 families, including diapers, bottles, and other baby products, all through generous community donations. How incredible. Stay with us after the break. We're going to tell you how climbing stairs is saving lives. Plus, you're going to meet a young lady who is getting an early start at business. But before we go, don't forget lunch with me every Wednesday at 12:30 on Facebook Live. A couple of weeks ago, I got the chance to speak to Positively Milwaukee alum Cynthia Williams. founder of Love from Afar, the Christopher Williams Foundation. After Cynthia's son was killed in a car accident, she started to help other families deal with their grief. And every week I talk to someone who is doing good in the community, who inspires, and is truly positively Milwaukee, just like Cynthia. Join us to ask questions or leave comments. We'd love to hear from you. We'll be back. Welcome back to Positively Milwaukee. The American Lung Association raised hundreds of thousands of dollars this weekend for research and treatments for lung disease, all part of the 14th annual Fight for Air climb. People from all over climbed all the way to the top of American Family Field. Our Brian Goddard talked to one of the participants who was honoring the life of her husband.
Jay was an incredible, loving guy. He was my soulmate.
Jolene Tickler says she and her husband Jay started dating when they were just 16.
He was just a laid-back, fun-loving, had a fun personality, but incredibly intelligent.
Jolene says a lot of people didn't know that Jay had a doctorate degree.
His whole career he dedicated to lung research. He was kind of the behind-the-scenes guy that did a lot with like lung cancer, lung treatments.
In 2017, Jolene was waiting for Jay to come home from work, just like any other day.
I had dinner waiting on the table for him. Then I got word, what nobody wants to ever hear.
Jolene says part of a brake drum fell off a truck, broke through Jay's windshield, and killed him. She was devastated.
There were so many negative aspects to his accident and the circumstances surrounding it. And that's not who he was. And I wanted him to be remembered for something positive. And last year in particular, in 2021, the climb was on May 22nd, which is the day he was killed.
The Fight for Air climb raises hundreds of thousands of dollars to support research and treatments for lung disease, work that was near and dear to Jay's heart. As challenging as climbing up and down American Family Field was for Jolene, she says it was also exhilarating.
It brought so much healing to my heart, and I just needed to keep on doing this. It's like a positive way to remember Jay.
Definitely is very impressive. The American Lung Association has a $470,000 goal. Several teams raised more than $10,000 on their own. Even our own Brian Goddard got to climb. Good for everybody involved for their hard work for a very important cause. As Ukrainians fight for their rights and freedom, we've seen many people who want to help. Tony Atkins talked to a group of quilters in Racine about what they're doing to help a fellow crafter.
Quilters hard at work.
And it's just horrible. It's just horrible that it's happening to these people. Yeah. It's just really wrong.
Here at Sew and Save in Racine, what's now called the Ukrainian Project is underway. An effort spearheaded by Karen Jansen Potter to help a fellow quilter more than 5,000 miles away.
The first thing that I did, I designed a little sunflower in the window kit, and then I found a Ukrainian designer. Her name is Nadia, and she had a little Etsy shop, but because of the war she can't access her Etsy shop.
Nadia and her children forced to leave their home near Kyiv as her husband stayed back to aid and resistance against Russia. Online she thanks her supporters and explains her situation. By fleeing, she left her materials, leaving her unable to fulfill online orders.
We just feel so bad for those people and wanted to do something.
The kit for Nadia's design, this carrot table topper, is now being sold by Sew and Save to help bring in some money for the family. And a quarter of the profits for Karen's own design, the sunflower, aids other refugee efforts.
We can't save the world, but maybe we can help one quilter at a time, or one person at a time.
Yes, do what we can. Great idea. Now, if you would like to try your hand at any of Nadia's craft patterns, we do have a link at tmj4.com. Your purchase goes a long way in helping her and her family. A 10-year-old in Kenosha is doing business with a huge household name, Amazon. Sarah McGrew spoke to the young entrepreneur about how she managed to sell hundreds of Girl Scout cookies.
Giuliana joined the Girl Scouts to make a difference in her community.
I like to help people out, and Girl Scouts is basically about helping people out.
She also wants to be an entrepreneur, so selling cookies is a perfect place to start.
It's really fun to see what people like and what's the top seller, and I really like to count money out.
And at 10 years old, she already has some pretty big business ideas.
My mom and me and my sister and my brother, we always drive around over, we always pass Amazon. And I was wondering one day, Mom, could we sell Girl Scout cookies here? And she was like, well, I don't think they'll say yes. And I was like, well, the worst thing they could say is no.
Well, Amazon's facility in Kenosha said yes.
If they deliver boxes to us every single day, then I could deliver Girl Scout cookies to them.
She really set, a goal to make this happen, and she worked hard, and she never gave up, and she didn't take no for an answer.
The facility bought 500 boxes to give out to employees.
After treating employees to some cookies, she got an inside look at what they do here in this massive facility.
That's probably one of our biggest focuses, right, is how do we help within the community, but how do we also help women within leadership roles.
She got to see how the items are sorted, packed, and shipped in the facility, and learned about how the robots inside operate.
Is it just like a code that makes them go straight, backwards?
Giuliana's mom hopes her daughter continues to stay curious and let her entrepreneur spirit shine.
Hope she takes away that not to give up and to not take no for an answer, and just ask. The worst anybody can say is no if she wants something, so go for it.
I think Giuliana has learned an important lesson. Now, Amazon says it's working to increase the number of women in leadership roles across the country, and it looks like Giuliana might have a future there. I think so. Well, we all know Milwaukee rocks. Well, coming up after the break, we're going to show you some fossils that prove it. But first, we have to meet our Positively Milwaukee Pet of the Week.
Hi, I'm Johanna with HAWS, the Humane Animal Welfare Society in Waukesha, and today I'm featuring one of our small animals as our Positively Milwaukee adoptable animal. Elmo is a 4.5-year-old chinchilla. He is down here eating some hay, and he is an adorable boy. He likes to run, and he really likes people. He is a rodent, and I like to say that chinchillas feel like a rabbit, but they hop around like a kangaroo. So he is really sweet. They're not the kind of pet that you hold a lot or that you cuddle with, but you can pet them. They are entertaining as heck, and they are really, really sweet. HAWS has a broad selection of small animals, including reptiles, rabbits, rats, and of course chinchillas. If you're looking for something that isn't a dog or a cat, something that's a little off the beaten path, Elmo is your guy. He's a good chinchilla, and he is ready for adoption. So please go to hawspets.org or give us a call at 262-542-8851 to find out who we have here that's Positively Milwaukee.
Welcome back. There is something mysterious hiding at Bradford Beach in Milwaukee, and it really rocks. James Groh talked to experts about what makes it geologically unique.
I'm searching for fossils, specifically fossils that are part of the Milwaukee Formation. You can't find them anywhere in the world other than Milwaukee and Ozaukee counties.
No, that's it.
And after a roughly 30-minute search, I got one.
I found one. I found a 390 million year old fossil right here at Bradford Beach.
The specimens we have laying out are marine, so saltwater organisms that used to live in the oceans that covered Wisconsin.
These fossilized plants and animals predate the dinosaurs, but are still considered the youngest rocks in Wisconsin.
You can hand me 10 fossils from our packages of rocks, and I will be able to exclusively tell you these are Milwaukee Formation, not the Devonian of New York, Michigan, or elsewhere.
The Thomas A. Green Geological Gallery at UW-Milwaukee has an entire collection of Milwaukee Formation, plus another Milwaukee-themed fossil.
I found my new favorite fossil here actually, and it's got the best name, I think, Orthospirifer milwaukeeensis. Try saying that 10 times fast.
It's a shell creature found only in our rocks here. So if you were to hand me a fossil that has that organism in it, I will be able to tell it's from Milwaukee.
While the gallery has the best collection of Milwaukee formation like this fossil, you can still find fossils on your own along the Lake Michigan shore.
Bradford Beach, Atwater Park, Doctors Park, Grant Park, Sheridan Park.
Look for darker rocks with lines that look like these, and if you're lucky enough to find one like I did, you can even take it home.
This is literally the history of our state that has been forming for hundreds of millions of years. That's pretty cool, along with my new favorite fossil, Orthospirifer milwaukeeensis. I just love saying that. You can see all of this at the Thomas A. Green Gallery.
Wow, pretty cool. Who knew? Now, summer really is right around the corner, so if you're looking for an excuse to be at the beach, hunting for fossils sounds like a good idea to me. Well, a young contractor in Milwaukee is helping build a school, but she's also breaking barriers. Taylor Lumpkin talked to a 17-year-old who's showing women can do anything.
Ever since she was a little girl, Isabel Weezy loved to build things.
I really liked working with my hands.
So as soon as she got to high school, she turned that passion into a career, taking on the role as a youth apprentice for Wisconsin-based construction company Findorf.
Over the summer, I started working for Findorf since I didn't have school, and then throughout the school year, I only had to go to one class, so I would go to my one class and then go right to work afterwards.
That's where the Muskego High School senior really shined. She learned everything about the trade and started working on major construction projects like this future $60 million business school facility at Marquette University.
They had all experienced tradesmen, and then you have this 17-year-old girl.
Now she's taking the next step in her career, signing on as Findorf's newest apprentice, a move that will help make sure the carpentry industry stays alive.
We have to feed the pipeline. We have a high retirement rate right now. It's important that we get the young individuals in to take up that, to fill those roles.
In a field where just 10% of carpenters in southeast Wisconsin are women, Isabella wants young girls to know this.
It's a great opportunity for women and everybody, so I think more women should look into trades and all that they offer.
Smart move, Isabella. Construction crews right now are in high demand, so it's a good, steady paying job that you might want to think about. And I bet Isabella inspires a lot of other young women. Well, Easter is next weekend, believe it or not, and everybody loves a good egg hunt, a little Easter ham and maybe some candy. So we wanted to know, what is your favorite Easter candy?
Mine would probably be whipped cream eggs.
Chocolate bunny.
I guess anything chocolate related.
Solid chocolate bunny, all the way.
The hollow one that feels like a trick, right?
It is a trick. It's a lie. It's a complete lie. You have to have the solid one, and you can never find them.
Peeps.
Peeps? What do you like about Peeps?
You can put them in a microwave and they can expand.
Peeps too. I just like the taste of Peeps.
Jelly beans, they're chewy and, you know, they're sweet. And I like all the different flavors that you can get in one pack.
What is it? The Nerds jelly bean. They're like sour. They're supposed to be like Easter egg sort of thing, but they're basically Nerds jelly beans that are sour. Yeah. Peeps.
Just anything with the peanut butter cup, right? The peanut butter eggs.
Kit Kats. They do have some Easter-themed Kit Kats. I remember getting them in my Easter baskets when I was a kid.
Personally say the whipped eggs are probably my favorite ones here. We only have vanilla, raspberry, or pineapple, but the raspberry one is definitely my favorite out of all of them.
For me, it's the raspberry whipped eggs. It's like a whipped marshmallow on the inside. They're really big, real chunky. It is our top-selling Easter candy for sure, is the whipped marshmallow eggs. Yeah, we've had calls for them when we get them in probably since February.
Doesn't that make you want to have a treat right now? Now, my favorite Easter candy is a caramel pecan egg that, honestly, I can never find them anymore. But they're sort of like pralines. But if you know where to find them, let me know. And if you want to share your favorite candy, we'd love to hear from you. Just go to our Positively Milwaukee Facebook group, drop us a line, and give us an idea for a question we could ask next week. Former Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett has a new home. Now, you might recall he was appointed to ambassador to Luxembourg, but we got a chance to talk to him, and that's our first reason to smile this morning. Ambassador Barrett has been in Luxembourg since the end of January. Now, it's a tiny country right in the middle of Europe. We wanted to know what the biggest change the former mayor has seen since moving, and this is what he told us.
Without a doubt, the biggest surprise to me, and I was blown away by it,
is how many people here speak 3 or 4 languages. It is astounding. I think what a lot of people don't know about Luxembourg is it's nestled here. It's about 25 minutes to Germany. It's about 25 minutes to Belgium. It's about 25 minutes to France. And so for a real cultural event, it's very easy for me to serve bratwurst and French fries. And I feel like I'm at home in Milwaukee. I'll always miss Milwaukee. Obviously we'll be returning there, but it's a new chapter. And I think anytime you have a new chapter in your life, I think it gives you energy. It gives you excitement. I'm learning a lot.
Well, and it's a beautiful country, isn't it? Now, Barrett says there's also a lot of good wine and beer in Luxembourg, and we certainly hope he and his wife are enjoying their time there. Well, if you're looking for Easter fun, you might want to try the bunny train on the East Troy Railroad. During the ride, kids can color and take part in a scavenger hunt. Plus, you'll even get a picture with the Easter bunny, so it's not too late to go today. There are trips at 10:30, noon, 1:30, and 3 o'clock today. You can also try all those times next Saturday, the day before Easter. So that sounds like a good time for your family. I'll be back with my quote of the week. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew that if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. That quote from Nelson Mandela, the famous South African anti-apartheid leader. Mandela spent more than 18 years in prison fighting for the freedom and rights of black people in his country. And during that time, he slept in a damp, tiny cell with only straw mats for a bed. Mandela was verbally and physically abused by guards and forced to break rocks. But despite his horrible treatment, he decided to forgive because he knew that if he continued to hate, he wouldn't heal and he couldn't help his country. So let's keep that lesson in mind. Let's not carry a grudge. It's a heavy burden for all of us. Forgive those who have wronged you, and as always, stay positively Milwaukee.